My name is Adrienne Redd. I'm running for state representative in the 154th Legislative District. That's Jenkintown, Springfield, and Cheltenham. And we're all in a period of uncertainty. I'm fairly sure that there are no tips about washing your hands or spraying your purse with Lysol when you come in that haven't already been offered to you. So I wanted to talk about something which was an analogy to my experience as a hiker. So this is kind of snow day hair today, although it's, stay inside and don't catch the coronavirus hair. Some number of years ago, when my son was just a little baby, his father and his uncle and I went hiking at French Creek State Park, and we miscalculated. We read the maps wrong, and we actually hiked out of the park. We ended up hiking up to the fire tower, and we'd only been planning to be on the trails for about 2 hours, and now it'd been more than 2 hours, and it was getting dark. And it began to be too dark to see the blazes. And so Chris Bunker, my son Arkadiy's uncle, he was just recently back from having served his first tour in Afghanistan, and he was very fit, and he ran ahead on the trail, and we made arrangements to maybe spend the night on the trail without panicking, without running in circles. And it happened that Rick and Arkadiy and I were able to get out to the road, and Chris was a little bit ahead of us. He had encountered a ranger. We got back, we found the car, we left a note where the car had been, we went down to the ranger station, everybody found everybody, and it was a happy ending. And Chris praised us a lot afterwards, and he said, you guys were great. Arkadiy was just a little baby, and we had also Herzog the big dog with us at the time. He said, you were better than a lot of my soldiers would have been. You didn't lose your cool, and you just kept putting one foot in front of the other. And it was after that Rick started using a SIG file on his email that actually comes from something that the musician Robert Fripp uses, which is when there is nothing to say, it is very hard to say nothing. And when there is nothing to do, it is very hard to do nothing. And it is hard to do nothing when there's nothing to do, when it's a time of uncertainty. But that analogy from hiking is really a pretty good one. When you get lost on a trail, the thing that you're supposed to do is, I'm talking really lost, like you get lost in the desert, or you get lost in the wilds of Oregon or something. You're supposed to stay put. Don't expend all of your energies. Don't do anything extravagant. Just stay put, and in as much as you can keep your head, the thing to do is to try to absorb uncertainty for other people. We want to support and help one another right now. Yes, of course, we've completely shut down any kind of door-to-door canvassing. We're calling people. Of course, we've been keeping our staff and volunteers safe. There were some old photos and videos up about door knocking. We have not been knocking doors. We've taken those down. All we're doing is calling people, and we're doing every precaution. If somebody has to drop off paperwork, we all wash our hands, all of that stuff. I'm really put in mind in this period of time of other times when we've had a societal shift, we being any civilization. Think about the British people hunkering down during the Blitz in 1940 to 1941. They just hunkered down. The chef Jamie Oliver talks about how the British government was putting out recipes of how to make potatoes because, people had limited amount of stuff to eat, and it was rationing, and what they needed to do was still eat and hold it together. And they held it together. Hitler failed to bring Churchill to the negotiating table because the British people hunkered down during the Blitz. And this phase of, social distancing and washing your hands every time you go in and out, and, you come in, you hang up your purse or your textiles and you spray them down with Lysol. Maybe this is the new normal. Maybe this is the new normal, like people had to start to learn to use condoms once AIDS and HIV became a thing. And now it's been 30 years and it's not that bad to go, okay, this is how we practice not infecting each other. And so I'm going to say that what I'm saying to myself is be like a hiker who's not exactly sure what's going to happen. By the way, this is my sweatshirt from my very favorite Pennsylvania State Park. I've been to all of them. It's Cinemahoning, which is the one that's nearest and dearest to my heart. I got to see the eagles there the year that there were 3 eaglets that survived. Be like a hiker, and let's hunker down. Don't be in a crazy motion. Absorb uncertainty. We're all going to take care of each other, and if this is a new normal, then let's accept the fact that it's a new normal and be steady and stay the course. My name is Adrienne Redd. I'm running for state representative in the 154th Legislative District. This isn't about politics right now. It's about our taking care of each other. Let's take care of each other. Thanks.